Constant debate rages on about the greatest NBA players and who is better than who. And while we may never see LeBron and MJ duel for the title of GOAT in real life, we can draft teams with the greatest NBA players of all time and watch them face off using NBA 2K simulations. I'm Carissa Maxwell, and this is the Sporting News All-Time NBA Draft. Round one begins now. With the first pick in the NBA draft, we have Sporting News college football writer Bill Bender representing the Angry Benders.
This is an easy decision. It took a little longer than expected because it's a video game, and we're missing the Alan Parsons project. But from North Carolina, 6'6", guard, Michael Jordan.
This is why he's a football writer, people.
And I was right.
With the number 2 pick, we have graphic designer Riley Meek representing Lob City.
I'm not even gonna act like I need 1 second. It's gonna be LeBron James.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, does this settle the debate? Is Michael Jordan better than LeBron?
Absolutely not. It's an old head versus a smart millennial.
I mean, you know, what other guard has 6 championships on the board? Has never lost the NBA Finals? You know, I know that's hard for 20-somethings to understand, but those of us who watched it know who's number one.
What about 50-somethings?
You are definitely an anomaly. Nobody your age should think LeBron's better than Michael Jordan. There's no way.
I regret asking this question. Okay, moving on. With the third pick, we have intern Gil McGregor representing Cash Money Millionaires.
I'm going to go with the 2017 Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.
Ooh. Snake City.
Dang. Okay.
All right.
Well, that messes things up.
With the fourth pick, Sporting News NBA writer Scott Rafferty representing Crab Dribbles.
I'm going to go with one of the greatest big men of all time who would fit in any era. I'm going Kevin Garnett.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a bold move.
Interesting.
With the fifth pick in the draft, we have senior product developer Halisha Haygood representing Breaking Ankles.
It's like Magic, so you gotta go with Magic Johnson.
All right.
Sorry about that, Jordan. You going for the goatee action.
Yeah, you guys already took 2 guys with goatees off the board. This is going to be a lot more difficult than I thought.
With the sixth pick, we have Sporting News NBA editor Jordan Greer representing Klay Thompson's goatee trimmer.
Yeah, I mean, with Klay Thompson's goatee trimmer, our team motto is have a goatee. So we're going to go with one of the greatest goatees of all time. We're going to go with Mr. Bill Russell with our top overall pick.
With the seventh pick in the draft, we have intern Gabe Fernandez representing Mean Machine.
Well, with the Mean Machine, we like to make sure that there's no team cohesion. It's a shoot-first mentality, and you know, the entire point is to be the best on the floor. So naturally, since MJ was picked first,
I'm
gonna have to go with Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, okay. With the eighth pick, we have Sporting News college basketball writer Mike DeCourcy representing the Deacons.
Can I just say God bless all you millennials for being born after the 70s, 80s, and 90s, because you all missed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How you could leave him through 7 picks, I have no idea, but I'm not going to leave him on the board. I'm taking the big guy.
Okay, to start round 2, Mike DeCourcy, you are back on the clock. Your time starts now.
Well, you probably couldn't see the little beads of sweat forming on my forehead as we got toward the last few picks in the round so I could get Kareem. But this is a second gift for me, and I do thank you all again for allowing. Do I even have to say Oscar's last name? Do I have to say it so we can make it official? So I don't get some other Oscar?
Your time
Of course I want Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson.
You got Oscar
Robertson.
Leave it to the 50-something-year-old to not be able to follow directions.
I had that crossed off before Mike even started talking. I knew he was going to take Oscar.
With the second pick in the second round, we go to Gabe. Gabe, who do you got?
I have to go with who I believe is the greatest big man of all time, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon.
Why didn't you put Shaq and Kobe together? What's wrong with you?
Well, last time that happened, actually it went pretty well.
We got 3 rings.
Yeah, let's redo that
I started watching basketball when I was 12. That was after my time.
All right, with the third pick in the second round, we go to Jordan.
Yeah, Gabe stole Hakeem with a great face where I was trying to have 2 great-looking centers in the front court, but we're gonna keep it old school. We're gonna go with another great goatee. We're gonna go with the one, the only, Dr. J. Julius Erving.
Oh man,
that's a good one.
Is it a good one?
Yeah.
It is a good one, Scott. It is a good one.
Everyone's
good
crossing
one.
them off, so yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good one.
I didn't cross him off.
Okay, now we turn to Halisha with the number 4 pick in the second round. Your time starts now.
Decisions. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just go with my man, Scottie Pippen. I just like
Defense wins
like
championships.
defense, 3-point shooting, you know, all that good stuff.
Clean shaven, not a fan.
With the 5th pick in the second round, we go to Scott. Scott, your time starts now.
I don't know how he fell this far, but I'm going with Shaq, who is arguably the most dominant big man of all time.
With the 6th pick in the second round, we go to Gil. Gil, your time starts now.
Biased choice, but if there is a fellow Deacon available, I'm gonna take him. 5-time champ, Tim Duncan.
Oh, I like Timmy.
Strong choice.
You got Durant and Duncan.
I love him.
With the 7th pick in the second round, we go to Riley. Riley, who do you got?
I need shooters. I need big personalities. I need people that I like. I'm gonna go with my man AI.
Oh.
Oh, is right.
The goatee bites the dust.
Come on. Goatee and cornrows. God.
All right, with the last pick in the second round, we go back to Bill. Bill, who do you have to close out the second round?
Well, when we started this thing, I was going to ask everybody who was finishing second. Now I'm going to take the guy that actually did ask that question. Larry Bird, 3-time champ, Boston Celtics.
Honestly surprised he fell as far as he did.
All right, let's start off round 3. Angry Benders, you're on the clock.
Well, I think, in my great high school career, I think I scored 100 points total. This guy scored 100 points in one game. I'm going to go with Wilt Chamberlain at center. No way he should still be available in the third round.
Another one bites the dust.
God.
They just keep going. Those goatees.
What are you gonna do?
You don't realize.
Look lower down on the list.
There's a correlation between having a goatee and being a good
Yeah,
player.
you don't realize how many good players have goatees until you start doing an all-time 2K draft, as I always say.
Man, so many senses have gone already.
Okay, Lob City, you're up.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Dirk.
Ooh.
Cash Money Millionaires, you are on the clock.
I'm just gonna stick with the MVP theme and take the back-to-back MVP, Steve Nash.
Wow.
Ooh. You just want a guy who can't play defense on your team. That's cool.
All right, Crab Dribbles, you are up.
I'm going for the criminally underrated and a Hall of Famer, Tracy McGrady.
It's only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time.
Honestly, the fact that I didn't pick him with my first pick was that's
a little disrespectful, but it's
It
cool.
took a lot.
The second round is overrated anyway.
Scott actually has a shrine.
Are
to
these
Tracy
games going to be
McGrady.
playoff games? Because otherwise, Crab is in trouble.
Yeah, but he's not the #1 pick, right? So he's going to carry us through the regular season, and then he'll let Shaq and Garnett lead the way in the playoffs. We're all right. We're all right.
What you don't know is Scott has a shrine to Tracy McGrady in his apartment.
Yep.
Breaking Ankles, you are up.
Well, I'm gonna go with the perfect Robin to LeBron's Batman, and that's Dwayne Wade.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no less.
I should
than
just need a
prime
banana
D-Wade.
boat team.
Team Goatee, you are up.
Yeah, we took some high quality goatees off the board, so we're gonna finish up the front court. We're gonna go with an all-time great, Karl Malone at the 4. We're gonna put him next to Bill Russell back there, and we're just gonna elbow the crap out of people.
Good to see character issues isn't a problem for your team.
Mean Machine, you are on the clock.
Well, I'm also going to go with a back-to-back MVP as my fellow intern did and go with Mr. Steph Curry.
Smart. Smart.
Is that a goatee, Jordan? Is Steph?
Steph's sort
He's
of
amorphous.
Steph
It's
has
such
a
it's a baby beard.
Steph
so
has a
it doesn't
goatee in the same way that I do. Not really.
count. Not really.
All right, Deacons, you are on the clock.
Well, you know that thing in a draft where the guy ahead of you takes the player that you wanted? Well, that just happened. So I will call an audible and I will select Chris Paul.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Very fitting for the Deacons to take Chris Paul.
There
Yeah.
goes my banana boat dreams.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Mike, why did you do that when you should have taken Isaiah Thomas instead?
That's another argument we can have on Twitter, Bill.
Okay, I can't wait.
Catch me on Twitter.
God, Mike, you millennial.
I'm like heartbroken.
All right, here we go. Into the 4th round. The Deacons, you are on the clock.
Well, I heard the audible gasp in the room when I selected Chris Paul in round 3, so let's see what the reaction is now when I select Elvin Hayes.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Very good pick.
Going off the board.
Very good pick.
Okay, Mean Machine, you are up.
This is going to be a difficult choice for me, considering how washed he is nowadays, but I'm going to go with Carmelo Anthony.
Once again,
Just
just ruining my banana boat dreams.
That's what I do.
I didn't even have him on my top 100.
You want to just wear the jersey now for the
not
rest of the
anymore.
draft game? You want to
I don't think anyone wants to see me in a jersey that way.
Okay, goatee trimmer, you are up.
Yeah, we gotta get some backcourt help. I'm just gonna keep going with the old school theme. We're gonna go over to the Knicks and we're gonna take Walt Frazier.
Ooh,
We're gonna get him in the
Nice.
backcourt.
wheeling and dealing,
Yeah.
styling and profiling.
And we also will get 6 suits to be considered at a later date.
Next up, we have breaking ankles.
Well, so I need some front court help, huh? I think I'm gonna go with going a little young. I'm gonna go with Anthony Davis.
Ooh.
That's a strong choice.
Great pick.
Brow gone.
That may be the best pick in this draft other than my 8th pick overall getting Kareem.
Thanks, Mike.
Crab dribbles, you are up.
I'm gonna go with a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year and an MVP candidate whenever he's healthy to fill out my backcourt / front court. I'm going with Kawhi Leonard.
Tough.
That was a great
He was
pick.
high on my list.
I love that.
He was high on my list.
He was on the
Yeah,
list.
if you can re-sign him. Topical.
Cash Money Millionaires, you are up.
Well, that Kawhi just put a damper on my plan. So I'm just gonna shift my focus to shooting and get arguably the greatest shooter of all time and get Ray Allen.
I really.
How dare you get Jesus Shuttle to work?
I had him on my list twice.
Lob City, you are up.
All right, with that disappointing pick before me, maybe this will make Mike a little bit proud of me. I need a PG, so I'm gonna go with John Stockton.
Not bad, not bad. You're leaving the people that I want, so I like that.
Okay.
All right, Angry Benders, you are up.
But we needed a point guard, and I know I just cut on Mike for taking Chris Paul over Isaiah. Problem is, Michael Jordan's not going to play with Isaiah, and he's sure as hell not going to play with Russell Westbrook. So we're taking Jerry West, the logo.
Oh, that was the player that I was talking about. I thought I was going to get him.
That's fine. You guys can have that.
I thought Bender was going to take David Stockton.
Here we go into the 5th round. Angry Benders, you are on the clock.
Like I said last round, it's about getting guys that Michael Jordan can play with. And I also want this guy to yell at all those AAU babies when we're on the court. So I'm taking Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebound.
All right, Lob City, you are up.
All right, so I need a big man. I'm gonna go Pat Ewing, as I am a Knicks fan, even though
Sorry
it's a
to hear
sad
that.
life. But
Condolences.
yeah, I'm going Ewing.
Cash Money Millionaires, you are up.
I need defense on my team, and I'm gonna go with the Defensive Player of the Year, Gary Payton.
Oh, come on.
Crab Dribbles, who do you got?
All right, I need a point guard. I'm gonna go with a guy who played with Shaq and was really good next to him and would have been a Hall of Famer had he been healthy. I'm going with Penny Hardaway.
Thought you were gonna go with Nick Van Exel.
Thought you were
Would have been a good one.
Penny was on my target list.
Okay, Breaking Ankles, you are up.
Well, it looks like it's about that time for me to take the jersey, so I'm gonna go with Chris Webber.
That was, oh man, that throws a huge wrench into my, oh man.
I think we'll survive.
Because that's the guy you want in the end of a championship game, right?
Well, hopefully it won't get down to that. But I got Magic, so anything's possible with Magic.
Jeez.
Okay, Goatee Trimmer, you are up.
This has been a rough goatee round. I was gonna go against this, but it doesn't feel right not to take him and finish out my starting lineup. We got to go with Klay Thompson.
You think?
He's the name of the team. He's the captain. I feel like he's not going to be there later. We got to take Klay, and our team is now sponsored by chocolate milk.
That was good.
Mean Machine, you are up.
All right, well, Breaking Ankles took the pick that I very much wanted, so I'm going to have to go with the next best available power forward, and I'm going to go with, the Raptor, Chris Bosh.
It's a solid pick.
My favorite dinosaur. Okay, the Deacons, you are on the clock.
Well, in recognition of the fact that we have the oldest captain, I now am going to officially have the oldest team in this deal. There's no question about that. I'm not going for anybody dead yet, but I am going to go with Hondo Havlicek.
Ooh.
Johnny.
That's a really good one.
That's a solid pick.
That's
he was
good.
low on my list, but he was there.
He was on my board.
A lot of Celtics fans think he's like the greatest thing ever, so.
Is he alive?
All of Mike's
He's
players.
alive.
All of Mike's players have to wear belts with their shorts.
Let's start off the 6th round. The Deacons, you are back on the clock.
It's where it gets really tough because you're not going to hear from me for a while. So it's really hard to know exactly what to do with this pick. And I'm not really a big fan of his right now because of some of the things that some of the work he did with the Collegiate Basketball Commission.
9,
But I'm gonna have to go with David
7.
Robinson.
Ooh.
That's a
What?
good one.
Oh, okay.
That's a good pick.
All right, Mean Machine, you are up.
Well, at one point in his career, this man was a fantastic sixth man, and now he's a perennial MVP candidate. So I'm going to move him back to the sixth man position as an MVP candidate with his skills. I'm going to go with James Harden.
It's just like a blown out goatee. It's too perfect.
That is not. You cannot be on the goatee team.
Yeah, it's too much.
Speaking of goatee, Jordan, you are up.
Yeah, we're gonna need a 6-man. We're gonna need a tough physical rebounder off the bench. We're gonna go to the '90s Bulls and we're gonna take Dennis Rodman.
Oh, nice one.
All right, breaking ankles, you are on the clock.
I'm gonna need some instant offense off the bench, so I'm gonna go with Reggie Miller.
That also means we don't have to hear him on the broadcast. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Crab Dribbles, you are up.
I gotta reunite them. I'm going with Vince Carter to pair him with Tracy McGrady.
From Lob City.
That's smart.
I mean, they are family, right?
They are family, and who would have knows what would have happened if they stayed together.
Cash Money, you are up.
I'm gonna go with the guy who's one of the most defensive player years of all time, Dikembe Mutombo.
Lob City, who do you got?
As an NC State alumna, I'm gonna go with David Thompson.
Oh, Riley.
Literally was my next.
That was on my list.
Angry Benders, you are on the clock.
I wanted to take this guy 3 rounds ago. I think he's one of the most underrated big men of all time. Rebound, scoring, angry, like me. So we got to have Moses Malone on this team.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I know it's good. That's why I picked him.
Okay, here we go into the 7th round. Angry Benders, you are back on the clock.
Really struggling with this as I was 2 rounds ago. I don't know if Isaiah Thomas or Russell Westbrook is the better pick. I like that I have to bring him off the bench. But we're going to go with Russell Westbrook here. Complete set, can score, shoot, pass. We think he can pass. He's going to have to pass on this team.
All right, Lob City, who do you got?
Okay, so I think I want someone young. So I'm actually gonna go with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Cash Money, you are on the clock.
I think I've done a really bad job of paying homage to the older guys, so I'm gonna go with the Iceman, George Gervin.
It's a good one. All-time great poster.
Crab Dribbles, who do you got?
I'm gonna go for a video game cheat code. I'm going with the 7'5" or 7'6" Yao Ming.
Breaking Ankles, you are on the clock.
Since Crab Dribbles just took Yao Ming, oh man, not even coming close, but I do need another center, so I'm gonna go with Alonzo Mourning. Sorry, Jordan, another goatee.
Yeah, come on now.
Oh, you are running low.
Yeah, I know. I get it. We're gonna really have to stretch these.
No, you got it.
Okay, how many goatees do we got left, Jordan?
The list
be all right.
the list is running thin. I was thinking about taking Mark McGuire until I realized he never played professional basketball. You know what? We've got a lot of old school guys on the list, so we're gonna add some youth. I'm gonna throw Joel Embiid on there.
Mean Machine, who are you picking?
As I already said, I have one good sixth man, but what's better than one good sixth man? 2 good sixth men. And I'm going to take the Argentinian Manu Ginobili.
Smooth.
All right, the Deacons, you are on the clock. Who is your pick?
Well, I think that I need a shooter right now, or at least a scorer, and so I'm torn a little bit, but I think in the end, I'm going to go with Clyde Drexler.
Clyde.
Into the 8th round, the Deacons, you are back on the clock.
I'm not sure how much defense I got to play in this thing, because I have to confess, I have literally never played Y2K, so I'm going to say that maybe I don't have to play a lot, and I'm going to go with Pistol Pete Maravich.
Mike, that's the first time you took my pick.
All right, Mean Machine, you are on the clock.
So I'm going with the opposite mentality of Mike. I'm not sure how much defense I'm going to need to play, so I'm going to add defense. I'm going to add Mr. Dwight Howard onto my team.
You're also not apparently concerned much with chemistry.
Goatee Trimmer, are there any left?
Yeah, there's a few we got here. We're gonna move into the sleeper portion. We need some backcourt help. We got Rodman and Embiid in the last 2 rounds. So we're gonna go to an old favorite of mine, former Maverick shooting guard Michael Finley.
Oh, that's a good one.
Breaking Ankles, who's your pick?
A little unconventional for me, but I'm gonna go with it. Let's go with Paul Pierce.
Crab Dribbles, you are on the clock.
I'm gonna stick with my long wings who can knock down threes, and I'm gonna add Paul George to my team.
Cash Money, who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with Jason Kidd
Wait, here's the thing though. Is prime Jason Kidd, can he shoot?
He cannot.
That's a.
Yeah, no,
That's
the
not
all-time version does
He
not
can't,
have
right?
good shooting.
We got plenty of scores he'll set up. We'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll be good.
Lob City, you are on the clock.
I just like guards, honestly, so I'm just gonna pick up Chauncey Billups right now.
Angry Benders, who do you got?
Well, we already have Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West, so naturally we have to add Elgin Baylor to this team. I'm just hoping we don't play the Celtics in the 60s.
Okay, so your next pick is going to be Happy Hairston, is that correct?
That's right.
Angry Benders, to start off the 9th round, who are you choosing?
I can't do his voice perfectly, but I'm going to try. So we're going to take the greatest center. I can't do it. I can't do a Bill Walton voice. Cut that. I can't. If somebody can do it. Let me start over. Well, Carissa, we're going to take the greatest big man in the history of modern civilization. A guy whose career was cut short by injuries. I still think he's one of the most intelligent players to ever play the game. We're going to take Bill Walton.
Spectacular play.
Okay, Lob City, who do you have?
All right, even though he went to the Devil's School, I'm gonna go with James Worthy.
Cash Money, you are on the clock.
I'm gonna go with Dominique Wilkins.
That's a good pick.
Oh, that's a good late pick.
Crab Dribbles, you are on the clock.
I have enough defenders on my team to make this pick. And as this guy coming off the bench, all he can do is focus on scoring. I'm going with Kyrie Irving.
Breaking Ankles, who do you got?
Well, following Crab Dribble's lead there, I'm going to go with Tony Parker.
Goatee Trimmer.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We're gonna go with a wing off the bench. This is just a personal favorite of mine. I'm not really concerned about the highest rated players at this point or being good at this. So we're gonna go with Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
Mean Machine, who's your pick?
At the end of the day, this is a game of NBA 2K, and it's about exploiting the little bugs and broken players in this video game. So I'm going to pick broken three-point shooter, Peja Stojakovic.
Oh, great pick.
That's a good one.
You got the broken part right.
All right, the Deacons, you are back on the clock.
Well, I've been around long enough that in the, I believe it was 1986 NBA playoffs, I saw Bernard King put 50, I believe it was 50, it felt like 50, on the Boston Celtics in Boston Garden, sitting next to Johnny Most. So I'm taking Bernard King.
All right, we are in the final round of the all-time NBA draft. This is your 10th and final pick. To start us off, the Deacons, who do you have?
Well, I want to say that through 10 rounds, what's amazing is it shows what an incredible number of great players, with the exception of the pick of Sharif Abdur-Rahim. What were you thinking? Everybody
Sir,
that's been selected
How dare you, sir?
has been phenomenal. So I'm going to close it out since I just discovered the rating system on my sheets here that I had no idea existed. And I have no idea why Bob McAdoo, the first NBA player I ever really loved, is a 94, the same as Oscar Robertson. I have no idea why that's true, but I'm going to take him.
Okay, Mean Machine, you are up.
You know, as a Maryland alum, it's very tough to find famous Terps in the NBA that you can kind of be proud of. But there is one in particular that does stand out, and I'm going to pick Stevie Franchise, Steve Francis.
Clay Thompson's Goatee Trimmer team.
You know, there are a lot of good goatees out there. They all gave maximum effort, and I'm proud of all of them, to be honest with you. But if we're being realistic, there's only one goatee that I need on this team. We need the one, the only, J.R. Smith to round out this team.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
And yes, we will be
As am
having a
I.
party after the draft.
I'm just disappointed Swaggy
Penny.
P doesn't have a goatee.
Jordan, why didn't you take the Kyle Korver, the better Cavs three-point shooter?
Bill, answer me one question. Does Kyle Korver have a goatee?
Well, he doesn't need
Do
one.
I get to coach this team? I think I should. I think I should get to coach it. I don't know why.
Look, Mike, I wasn't going to say anything because of, the tampering rules, but, we can probably, through an agent, we can figure something out.
Okay, Breaking Ankles, you are up.
Well, I'm going to pick the guy that started that whole wave of berries for the last 20 to 30 years. So I'm going to go with Rick Barry.
Great pick.
That's
a great late-round pick.
a lot of value.
All right, Crab Dribbles, who's your final pick?
All right, well, if my team is not going to win it all, we're going to be the most fun team to watch because my final pick is going to be Baron Davis.
Oh, you're mad.
That was like a sentimental pick for me. I was gonna make him last, but it's fine. I just gotta throw something out there now. I need size. I'm gonna go with Artis Gilmore.
Lob City, who's your final pick?
All right, so all my favorite childhood players have been selected. So to round out my team, I'm going to go with my best friend's favorite player. And since I am Lob City, I'm going to go with Blake Griffin.
All right, Angry Benders, who is Mr. Irrelevant in the all-time NBA draft?
He's not Mr. Irrelevant. I've been hinting at it for 4 rounds. He's the one guy that should have been on the original Dream Team. In a video game universe, he'll learn to get along with MJ. I think he's one of the most underrated players of all time on one of the most underrated champions of all time, the back-to-back Pistons
you're running out of
teams. And they were led by the one, the only Isaiah Thomas.
I actually debated between the two of them. I can't believe that many players have gone between CP3 and Isaiah Thomas.
We know him better for Knicks management than leading the Pistons, unfortunately. That's why.
Go watch him hobble up and down against the Lakers and score all those points in the NBA Finals, and you tell me there's a better point guard today.
There is. His name is Chris Paul, but other than that, no.
Right. Hopefully we get you in the first round, and we'll show you.